What comes with big cities is lots of traffic, and with over 43,000 cars commuting, it's making the air we breathe bad for us.
Yeah, sure. Anybody who's been out on the roads of Bristol knows how bad traffic can be. And it's that congestion, it's that build-up of traffic which really leads to the build-up of air pollutants. And when we have 500,000 people living in the city, then we have significant public health exposure as well to that air pollution. So while we have high levels of air pollution in the city, we also have a lot of people that are potentially exposed to it too. So it's a real public health concern, really.
Polluted air can cause lung cancer, chest infections and heart problems. In our city alone, 200 people die every year because of it.
When we're talking about this type of pollution, we're talking about those very, very small particles. They're so small that you breathe them deep into your lungs, and we've got nearly double the national average level of these so-called particulates. And these cause lung cancer, they cause heart disease, and I think they reckon about 200 people are dying in Bristol every year who wouldn't be dying if we didn't have this problem. It tends to affect people with lower income more than people with higher income. The reason for that is that in cities across the country, I always think of Sheffield as a good example, everybody with a higher income lives in the hill, and the people with lower income live on the bottom of the valley. And particulates basically sink to the bottom. So any city where you've got that sort of rich, poor, high ground, low ground gradient, you're getting the pollution sliding down and affecting those who are most disadvantaged most with the pollution, which strikes me as very unfair.
We're a congested city, but there are a few actions we can take to make the air cleaner.
Well, basically, one of the most fundamental things we need to do is to stop driving so much, or to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels when it comes to using road transport. And that's very difficult for an individual to make those decisions. So while normally we would say that it's a good idea to try to get out of your car, get on your bike, walk more, and that's always good for short distances anyway, for your health anyway, regardless of air pollution. We now have to start thinking much more systematically from an organisational perspective, from a policy perspective, for governments to actually start to put things in place to allow people to be able to make those choices for themselves.
Ditching cars will help to reduce the congestion, and moving towards a society run by clean energy seems to be the way forward. I'm Rachel for Made in Bristol TV.